What's going on, guys? Diari here with my first official video. This is going to be a new series that I'm doing, and it's going to be kind of like a vlog style, but I'm going to be bringing you guys with me, and we're going to be hitting the gym. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what I'm eating as well, and the kind of meals that I'm putting together, and yeah, just kind of documenting the journey, documenting the progress. So today on the menu, we got us some oatmeal. Got a little bit of oatmeal as well as a protein shake. I do 2 scoops every day. So that's about 60 grams of protein here. And then the oatmeal we're looking at, I did about a cup. So it's about 300 calories. So that's usually what I have before I go and hit the gym, which we're about to do in a little bit. Today we got, what we got today? Today we're going to hit some chest and shoulders. Yeah. Today's going to be a push day, and it's going to be a crazy push day because I actually finally got a little bit of sleep because I've been up the last week editing, a bunch of videos and stuff like that. So now I'm fully rested and definitely looking to hit a good pump today. So we're going to chow down on this real quick, finish this up, and then, yeah, then I catch you guys at the gym. All right, what's going on, guys? We are here at Planet Fitness today. Hopefully you guys can hear me. But we're about to get it in on this chest and shoulder day, push day. The way I like to start my push days is first I like to do a little bit of a warm up, just kind of a little bit of stretching, kind of just warming up the shoulder blades and everything. And then we're going to go and hit some cardio. So I like to knock out, I'm feeling about 15 to 20 minutes today on the incline treadmill. And this is actually what keeps me, guys, able to burn calories so much every day, is because I like to get my cardio in before the workout, and then I'll usually do about 10 minutes afterwards. So in total, I'm able to knock out about 30 minutes of cardio and burn literally 250 to 300 calories just about every day. So that makes it super easy. So if you guys have been struggling with losing weight or anything like that, or burning calories, highly recommend doing the incline treadmill walk. Literally just put it on the highest incline that you can handle. Walk for, as long as you can. I'd say 15 to 20 minutes is good. And you're going to burn literally 150 to 200 calories just quick. So that's what we're about to get into. And then I just want to give you guys the game plan of what we're hitting today. So obviously chest and shoulders, but I'm going to start with calisthenics. The way I like to do my workouts is after hitting cardio. Part 1 of my workout is body weight training. I do that for about 20 minutes, and then I move on to weightlifting. And that's called hybrid training. I personally think it's one of the best ways to train because you're actually able to work muscles that don't typically get worked when you're actually hitting the weights. So as you guys will see in a second, I'm about to hit me some handstand push-ups, regular push-ups, probably some clap push-ups, different variations and stuff like that. I just switch it up kind of how I'm feeling, and I'll hit a decent amount of sets of that. So then after that, then I want to move on to some compound movements. So we're going to hit the incline bench press. Obviously, they only have the Smith machine here at Planet, so we're going to hit some Smith machine incline bench press. I'll probably do that for about 4 to 5 sets, and then I'll move on to either a shoulder movement or I'll move on to another chest movement. I might hit chest press after that on the machine. Otherwise, I might go straight into some dumbbell presses. We'll rotate it today. Yeah. We'll rotate it today. I'm going to go incline bench press on the Smith. And then once we get the pump going, then we're going to go ahead and move to the dumbbell shoulder presses. So let's get it. All right, so for part one of the workout, I like to go into calisthenics training and just doing a little bit of warm up here with some clap push-ups. Just trying to be a little bit explosive, not trying to tire myself out too much, just kind of get the muscles warmed up a little bit. And then I like to move into more of my balancing movements when it comes to calisthenics. So here I'm just hitting the frog stand, holding it for about 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds here. And guys, if you try this, I'm not sure if you do calisthenics, but if you try this, you definitely start to feel the burn after holding it for a little bit. So just getting the shoulders warmed up. So next I go into the elbow lever and try to hold that for as long as I can. After hitting that frog stand though, my shoulders were definitely a little bit winded. So after that, I like to go into my first set of handstand push-ups here, just aiming for as many as I can. Usually it ends up being anywhere from like 8 to 10. The lighter that I feel in the gym, the more that I can do. But energy was feeling pretty good here, so definitely was getting it in. So after hitting that first set of handstand push-ups, then I go into the parallel handstand push-ups, and this I'm able to get a way deeper stretch. This simulates more of a shoulder press movement, especially guys when you're lifting your body weight. You're working every single muscle when you're doing that, so definitely tough. So after a few minutes rest, I go straight into the parallel dips and just moving body weight, cranking out as many as I can here. Give myself a little bit of a breather, and then I go into, I call this kind of freestyle. This is kind of just a movement that I just like doing when I'm in the gym, but it really works the shoulders and the chest at the same time. And as you can see, your boy's a little bit winded, so. All right, so now that body weight training's over, now it's time to move into the main workout. And we're kicking it off with the incline bench press on the Smith machine. Now, this is one of my favorite workouts to do, guys, whether you have a regular incline bench or whether you're using the Smith machine, both I love to do. And it really helps build that nice full chest and that plate of armor look. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're really trying to grow our chest and really maximize the gains here. So what I like to do is I like to do what's called progressively overloading the muscle, guys. So not every set is going to be the same. I see some people, they go in the gym and they're just cranking out a bunch of reps, same weight every set. That's not how you want to do it. You want to progressively overload. You want to progressively challenge your muscles and force them to grow. So for me, I do what's called reverse pyramid training. There's two different ways to train when it comes to this. You can do what's called pyramid training. That's when you go up the weight. So let's say you start bench press with 145 pounds. And then for your second set, you move up to say like 165. And then your third set, you move up to 185. That's called pyramid training. Now, what I like to do is the reverse of that, because once you go into the gym, that's when your strength is going to be the highest. So I like to start with my heaviest set first, typically, and then work my way down and do drop sets, do supersets, and do burnout sets. So for my heavy set here, we're doing about 185. As you can see, we're keeping it slow and controlled, pausing at the bottom and exploding up. And the rep range that I go for my heavy set, guys, is going to be 6 to 8 reps. Really, the goal is to train till failure. So I give myself 6 to 8 reps. If I'm able to hit 8 reps easily, I got to move up in weight. But if I don't make 8 reps, then that means I hit failure sometime between the 6 and the 8, and we're good to go. And that means I've pretty much exhausted myself on that set correctly. And then for the following sets, after that, I'll go 8 to 10, and then we'll wrap it up usually with either a burnout set or 10 to 12. Next workout, guys, we move on to the dumbbell shoulder press. Now, this is one of my favorite workouts to do for shoulders. I typically like to do this just about every shoulder day, and I like to keep this slow and controlled, just like we did the incline bench press, guys, slow and controlled. I like to keep my elbows a little bit more inward and not have them super far out just because of elbow pain that you can get when you do it the other way. So I personally like to keep my elbows a little bit in and hold the dumbbell kind of on an angle here and then come up together at the top. And same thing, guys, progressive overloading with this one. And reverse pyramid training. So I start to move into a little bit of a heavier set here. This isn't my heaviest set. I end up going up to about want to say like 65 or 70 pounds. Could go heavier, but again, you want to be safe. You know, you want to be safe and you want to fully engage the muscle properly. I'm not just training for strength. I'm training to actually build muscle, actually have that nice growth. So I don't have to focus too much on lifting super heavy weight, but more so lifting a good weight, but keeping it nice, slow, controlled, focusing on contractions. And as you guys can see, your boy was feeling himself a little bit. Pump was starting to kick in. Pre-workout was starting to kick in. So been really happy with some of the size we've been keeping on this cut. Arms looking pretty solid. So next movement, guys, we head into the lateral raises. Now with this, again, slow and controlled. And I'm pausing at the top. I'm holding, controlling the negative, not just swinging the weight. You know, I see a lot of people do this exercise wrong. They're going in there and they're just trying to pick up the heaviest weight that they can and, you know, really doing a lot of ego lifting. I do not ego lift, guys. I really like to have that mind muscle connection, keep all of myself engaged throughout the entire movement. Now with the lateral raises, guys, I don't like to go too heavy in weight. As you can see, I only got the 20 pounds here. And I think the highest that I end up going up to is like 25 or 30 pounds in this workout. But the heavier that you go, it makes that pause at the top just way harder. And it could get a little bit harsh on the shoulders too. So I like to train very controlled and very effectively, guys. And that is going to maximize your muscle growth, I assure you. So next I go into the machine chest flies. I wanted to hit the cable chest flies, but those were taken, unfortunately. So we went and hit the machine. Machine is really good as well. And as you can see, once again, keeping it slow and controlled and hitting those pause reps, really controlling the negative here and then exploding to the front, getting that squeeze. The squeeze is the most important part of the movement, as well as the negative, guys. You want to make sure that you're coming back slowly. I like to do a little bit of a pause on the back and then a pause on the front. Really get that squeeze. And that's how you're gonna get your chest really engaged, guys, and really build that muscle-mind connection that promotes that growth. So next we're aiming for the back of the shoulder here, that rear delt, and just hitting some rear delt flies on the machine as well. Not moving crazy heavy weight here. I think I got it on about 70 or 80 pounds or so. And once again, hitting those pause reps and then controlling the negative. When I first started working out, guys, I did not control the negative. I didn't really do like a bunch of pause reps. I did a lot of supersets, but I really didn't do many pause reps, and I didn't really control the weight as much as I do now. And I really started to see my physique change once I started implementing pause reps and once I started implementing having more control and that mind muscle connection. Definitely got a good pump on the rear delts there. And then for my last movement, guys, we move on to traps. Now, here's my number one tip when it comes to building traps. And that is the way that I do the shoulder shrugs here. So I actually got this from a pretty popular bodybuilder. His name is Damian Patrick. He's also a YouTuber. But I was watching one of his videos like years ago. I'd say about like 4 to 5 years ago. And his traps were massive. And I was like, and at the time I didn't have big traps at all. Like I was kind of, really just starting to get going with weightlifting. And he said when you do shoulder shrugs, you want to come up and then roll back slowly and then flex on the way down. So as you can see here, I'm really keeping it controlled, and then I'm doing a little bit of a flex at the bottom to really engage the traps. And guys, I started doing this like 4 years ago, and it really blew up the traps. So that's a tip. In future videos, I'll go more into depth with this, but now time for a little bit of a pose down, see what we're working with. And shape was looking pretty nice. This is the shape right before Christmas. So, your boy's gonna eat a little bit good this holiday season. I started this cut at 191 pounds, and now we're sitting at about a little bit over $167. So definitely definition's looking pretty solid. Was able to maintain a decent amount of mass, and here I'm trying to hit the vacuum. I tell you what though, when you got food in your stomach, that vacuum is tough. But yeah, really solid session today, guys. And now time for some eats. City lights
quiet beat, lonely echoes we repeat. In our dreams we often meet, underneath the moonlit skies. In the quiet where time flies, with a look into your eyes, all the lows turn into highs.
All right, guys. So we had a pretty good pump today. Crushed chest and shoulders. Man, I was feeling good throughout that whole workout. Energy just seemed pretty high. So pretty happy with how that turned out. What we have for dinner is kind of already munching on it, but a burger and some fries. Now the burger is a lean ground beef burger. I don't use regular ground beef because way too high in calories. So I got a lean ground beef burger here. Just a little bit of fries, about 250 calories worth of fries. And that's the thing, guys. When you're cutting or when you're dieting in general, you want to make sure that you're eating foods that you enjoy and eating foods that you can consistently stick to. I know a lot of people, once they want to start losing weight, they're like, oh man, I got to hurry up and hop on keto or something like that. Cut all the carbs and, only eat vegetables. Like some people be doing some wild diets. And what happens? Like a month later, they fall off of it because it's not sustainable. They might lose, 15, 20 pounds in a month, which I think that's way too much anyway. They might lose so much weight, but then it's like, well, they gain all that back because now they're craving just, a bunch of stuff and they start eating ice cream, pizza and all this stuff. So the way that you guys should do it that I recommend and that's worked for me is finding your favorite foods. So for me, I love cheeseburgers. I love French toast. I love pancakes. So I find low calorie recipe alternatives for all of my favorite foods. So for here, like I said, instead of using regular ground beef, I use lean ground beef. So instead of a burger being 1,000 calories, I'm able to cut the burger down to literally like 500 calories just for the burger. And then the fries and everything, adds like an extra 200 calories. But dinner, typically, the way that I structure my diet, I like to leave dinner to be my biggest meal of the day. About 1,000 calories, maybe 1,100, depending on how much cardio I decide to do on that day. But typically, I save my best meal for last, the one I enjoy the most. And this is really what helps me stick to my diet consistently. Occasionally I'll deal with like some cravings for like a little bit of sweets, but I also do protein French toast. I have to show you guys that next time, the protein French toast. It's really good. It's only like 400 calories and you get like 40, 50 grams of protein, depending on how much protein you want in it. So, and it tastes really good. Put some cinnamon on it. Man, I eat it literally like every day. So by the time you guys see this video, it's probably going to be after Christmas. I'm going to try to get this up probably a few days after Christmas because I'm definitely going to enjoy the holiday. So I hope you did as well. But before we wrap it up, guys, I just want to leave you with a little bit of a word, encouragement, going into 2025. This, for me personally, this has been my most difficult year, truly. It was literally the worst year of my life. This year, truly. My dad, he was battling cancer throughout this entire year. Last year, going into this year, and sadly, he passed away back in April 28th of this year. So after that, guys, I'm gonna be honest. Like I was very, very depressed. Very, very depressed, truly. And the only thing really keeping me going, honestly, was me building my relationship with God. Genuinely. Building my relationship with God and building my relationship with Christ. And that took me out of the thoughts of depression and things like that. Because my dad, he was literally like my best friend. We did everything together. He's the one who actually got me into fitness and started training me on on like kind of some of the things to do and get started on. So I learned a lot from my pops. And when he passed, my whole world shut down. So right now I'm at home with mom's helping out with some stuff. And, we're kind of just keeping each other encouraged and keeping each other going in our walks with Christ as well. So that's really what's been bringing comfort. And I just want to say before we end the video today and going into 2025 is, if you don't have a relationship with Christ now, I strongly encourage you to start. Because guys, like, Christ brings hope. Christ brings hope. God brings hope. Like, even when you're in your toughest season of your life, when you're going through the roughest things, and you might not have anyone there for you to comfort you, you always have God. You always have Christ. And he keeps you going no matter what. So I strongly recommend building a relationship. And for all the Christians watching as well, like, stay with it. Stay with the Father. Keep going on your journey. Keep building. Like, I'm going to be honest, over these last 6 months, I have learned so much that I didn't know before when it comes to the walk with Christ, growing in your relationship with the Father. Like, I've learned so much, and it's been amazing. I've been studying the Bible, reading the Word every day, and really just approaching it way differently than I did in the past, genuinely. Because I was born in a Christian household, but I kind of started to lean away from God, at least how I should be. I should be locked in, on Christ and, following what the Lord has for me and things like that. And a couple of years ago, I really fell off, literally like last year. I kind of fell off. I had moved to a different state and, was trying to find my way and things like that. And my relationship definitely took a hit with the Father. And with this whole situation with my pops and everything and him passing away and just the pain of that, the Lord started to call me closer to him and to draw closer to him during this difficult time. So without him, man, I don't know, guys, because I was in a pretty bad place back in April. So I'll end it with this. My word going into 2025, guys, is put God first over everything. Put God first. Strengthen your relationship with Christ. And if you're just getting started on your journey, I highly recommend, and highly encourage, read the Bible. Get a Bible that you can understand. King James Version, I'm going to be honest, King James Version is really tough to understand if you're a beginner. So I highly recommend, maybe studying the NLT version. It makes everything a bit simpler to digest. And it uses, words that we use today instead of the thus and the thous and stuff like that. But I highly encourage you guys, build your relationship with Christ, man. Because in those times where it may seem like you have no one, you have nothing, and you're thinking some pretty depressing thoughts, Christ is there. Christ is there. God's always there, guys. He never leaves you. He never forsakes you. And it's been such a blessing. And 2025, man, I'm just so excited. And honestly, God has really been putting it in my heart to pursue these videos, pursue these YouTube videos, and to really try to create some special stuff regarding fitness and things like that, and really just help a bunch of people with their fitness journeys and also helping them grow with Christ. So that's what I want this channel to be. Obviously, you know, we're going to be working out all the time, doing fitness. I'm going to be showing you guys diets and things like that. But I'm also going to be talking about, you know, Christ and kind of the journey of the believer, essentially, and the walk with Christ. So I'm just excited for 2025, man. I know God's going to do some special things. Blessings are coming. 2025, guys, year of the blessings. So I'll leave you guys with that. Blessings to you. Thank you so much for watching, and more videos will be on the way. Probably after the holidays, though. So enjoy the new year, enjoy your Christmas, and I'll catch you next time.